Welcome to the Good Rookies podcast. My name is Fahim.
And my name is Nelly J, y'all. And we are Good
That's
Rookies.
right.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Good Tuesday. And guess what? It's episode 92.
92.
Hello, 92,
Turn
y'all.
up.
Okay? Yo, as you can tell, our guest is lit up tonight. Fahim, please introduce who we got.
All right. Well, we have someone who's definitely going to bring a lot of energy. That's first and foremost. Different sports to bring to the table. He's definitely our feature when we have our For the Culture segment. So we definitely want to give it up for Ariel Castillo to the podcast today.
Ariel. Ariel.
Yeah. That's right.
Wow, guys, thank you so much for the welcome. I'm so grateful to be on your guys' show. Shout out. This is how we do, Nelly. Fahim, let's go. Turn up. Thank you so much.
Go. So first of all, let the people know, Ariel, where do you reside, brother? Where do you reside?
Right now, I am residing in Denver, the beautiful
Love it.
state of Denver, Colorado, the mountain city, Rocky Mountains, 5280. You know the elevation over here.
Well, I asked you that because I actually do have a team in the NFL, and my
What?
team actually resides in Denver. So I'm a huge Broncos fan. So just so you
Nice.
know, we are Bronco fans together. Okay,
Yep.
ride together. We got the top stepfather in the world, Russell Wilson, up in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
So listen, let's go. So
yo, the whole city right now in Denver, Colorado is lit. They are excited. We're excited to have a freaking quarterback now, for sure.
yeah, and I would say like Denver sports has been doing quite well quietly. People don't talk about Denver as a sporting place, but you guys have always had great, like have winners, right? In all
Mhm.
sports. So the good thing is that I mean in basketball, baseball, you name it, hockey, you guys have had pretty good talent coming through your state, but it's rarely talked about amongst the Massachusetts area and the California. But y'all are quietly always in the race in every sport.
Yeah, quietly in the race. That's the perfect way to say it. And like you said, we finally got a quarterback. Hopefully we can get further in the playoffs this year. And the Rockies, Colorado Rockies, they're a great team. Whenever you come to Denver, the course field, that's what it's called, course field. The vibe is so cool there. Everybody's just it's just having a great time. So seasons all throughout the whole year. We have
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sport town. Like Fahim, think about it, Fahim. Like people don't talk about Denver, but it's a huge sports town. Like
It's a sports town, and there's a bunch of minor teams too.
yes, that's true.
True. And also there's an MLS team. Do you guys know the Rapids there? Is it
Colorado Rapids.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, you guys got to come front to back. You got every sport covered. So
Every sport, man. So shout out to Denver, shout out to Colorado. Fahim, let's get to some hot topics, brother. Let's go.
all right. So
Good Rookies podcast. Good Rookies podcast.
So the NFL just came out with their top NFL merchandise sale list. So they have from 1 to 10 NFL players jerseys, which is going to be kind of interesting. Obviously, more popular players are going to sell more jerseys. But there's some quarterbacks in here that are worth mentioning that maybe you wouldn't think would be on this list. All right. So first we got Tom Brady. Next we got Patrick Mahomes. We have Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Mac Jones, Dak Prescott, George Kittle, Justin Fields, Aaron Rodgers, and then Justin Herbert. So Brady being number one should not be a surprise. Obviously, it's Tom Brady. For me, I'll just start real quick. The one that I thought was maybe off Aaron Rodgers.
I know.
Green Bay, he was number 9.
Womp,
I would have
womp, womp.
I mean, I guess popularity doesn't always equal the success, because for the success he has, you'd figure the team. Green Bay is like a foundation. And in hockey they have like the original 6. I figure in football, wouldn't the Green Bay Packers be like an original NFL squad? Like they're a legacy kind of franchise, and a top QB who's an MVP candidate in a legacy franchise like Green Bay. not selling jerseys. So that's the biggest surprise for me. Anyone else?
Ariel, who you got that was surprising for you?
Same thing. I thought when I heard Rodgers over there down in the bottom, I was like, wow, that's a little weird because he's been back-to-back MVP. And he's in a, like you said, he's in a classic football team, like one of the originals football teams that's ever started. And yeah, I thought the same thing. That's crazy.
Well, so it's funny. So I have a theory for that. So my theory is this, right?
There we go. Yeah.
Most of these quarterbacks who are on this list, they're kind of younger quarterbacks or new to the team. So Tom Brady is a new Tampa Bay quarterback, right? So the sales number will be higher because they're getting more fans from New England coming in, right? Aaron Rodgers' fan base probably already has his jersey. Probably had it since he came in the league, right? So they're probably like buying more Aaron Rodgers unless he has a new design jersey. You know what I'm saying? I just think that maybe it's more of the market. Maybe it's saturated already with a lot of Aaron Rodgers jerseys, and they're just for it to be still top 10. Some of these quarterbacks are pretty much under 5-6 years. Mac, you have Mac Jones, Burrows, Dak. Maybe Dak is a bit more Herbert. They're all young. Everyone's young except for Tom and Aaron.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just think maybe that's why. Just more just like saturation of the market. And these are a lot of these guys are either rookie quarterbacks or in their, like third or fourth or fifth year type thing. So that's my theory. The person I was shocked about is the only non-quarterback, George Kittle. Good
point. Yeah.
Like he's a tight end. So, but again, the Niners have a huge support system. But I was like, wow, like, the fact that he's the top or he's the only tight end on this list, I thought that was pretty cool to kind of notice.
And most popular for his team too, right?
Yeah, exactly. And the Niners has a huge fan base too. So the fact that he's not only the top merchandise, but he's top what? He's top 7 in the NFL as a tight end. That's quite impressive still. So
true indeed.
Hey, good. Big up to him.
Yeah, I agree.
So Ariel, let me ask you this. You are a Denver Broncos fan. No Broncos made the list, which is fine. If you had to, because I know obviously your first choice is going to be Denver Broncos. If you had to choose one of these jerseys from these top 10, which one would you choose?
Man, I'd pick my boy, Tom Brady.
You go to number 1 Brady. Okay.
Yeah. I still got to get, I got the old Tom Brady Patriots jersey. I got to get the Tampa Bay jersey next. So I'm with that.
Any chance of you wearing the new Patriots QB of Mac Jones? Any chance of that?
No. No, please.
No.
But that's a good question. No, but yeah, I would get the Brady jersey, man. What about you?
Oh, me. If I were to get, so I don't really buy football jerseys. If I were to, on this list, good question back at me. I'm looking at this list. I would probably go with Aaron Rodgers.
Dude, I knew it.
You did? Oh, why did I strike you as an Aaron Rodgers guy?
No, I can just feel it from here, man. Because that would be my second choice. Would be an Aaron Rodgers jersey.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no, he's a legend. Maybe not a GOAT, but he's in the conversation, well respected. And I've always been a Rodgers fan. Not so much of a Packers fan, but him as a player, I would probably go with that. How about you, Nelly J?
Ooh, so this is tough because you guys both picked great candidates. But for me, I gotta go with my guy because he just has, I don't know, like he's a young phenom. I think, he's going to be having a long, crazy career in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think I've always been a fan of him since day one. I'm like, this guy's just special. He's unique. He's pretty much won games by just being so creative, versatile. The man, like, he's just insane. So, but I do respect the vintage Aaron because I think Aaron is a top quarterback. Even if people say he can't win, I think his skill set and his arm is just crazy, right? But I think for me, Patrick Mahomes is a good mixture of Tom, of Aaron, of the McNabb, like he's a mixture of all these like really amazing quarterbacks. And I just want to like say, I'll pick Patrick Mahomes on this list. I have to pick a jersey.
So for this list, it's for 2022, right?
Yeah.
And next year for 2023, let's just throw out a quick prediction due to the fact that we have two Broncos fans here, right? Chances are, obviously, Russell Wilson went to them after this list was made, clearly. Next year, it's to be assumed that Russell Wilson will make this top 10 NFL merchandise list. Just give me a number where you think he's going to land next year about this time between 1 and 10.
I'm going to go with maybe 8 or 7.
Really? So you have him lower. Any particular reason why you don't have him any higher? Like going maybe second or third, maybe?
I don't know. I know he's going to be a lot of people are going to be excited here in Colorado wearing his jersey. But
right.
No, I don't know. I just think, the Mahomes, Brady, Allen, and Kittle and Prescott, those top 6, I think that's hard. That's just me.
No, that's fair. I would think maybe because he's a marquee name. First year there, I don't know what the support is. Like I do know support in Denver is huge. So I would think going to a game, chances are most people this season are going to be wearing a Wilson jersey. I'd assume. Before Wilson came this year, who was wearing who was wearing a Denver jersey in Denver? Like who's the player? Who's the main marquee guy?
Oh, Peyton. Yeah. Well, before, I mean, I had Peyton Manning jersey. That's what I had.
No, like before. This year, if like.
Oh, this year.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nobody really.
There's no really no
names. No,
right.
not this year.
Before I'd say Lindsey Phillips. Lindsey Phillips, he was the running back. He had.
As I said, a running back, maybe because even a running back right now is good, but. Yeah, you're right, Fahim. Yeah. I don't think there was any like marquee type players. Russell's going to bring a lot to it. Because remember, we lost a lot of our defensive players, last year. So a couple years.
Okay, yeah. So I have a feeling this year you're going to see a stadium packed full of Wilson jerseys. I could see that.
Yeah, he's going to be. For me, I think he'll be top 5. Like I just think that I think he can take over Dak because people are sick of him in Dallas already. So I don't think that's going to tell us much. I think Mac Jones. I think Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen, Patrick, and Tom might stay up there. But how many people live in? I mean, how many Buccaneer fans are there, right? So maybe Tom Brady's name will be more. But I think he can take over Mac Jones or Dak, to be honest. So I say 5 or 6.
All right. Yeah. Well, we'll put a pin in that, seeing how that plays out. But I want to say best of luck to the Broncos. I'll be honest, I don't have a team, but I'm a free agent for people I know. So I know Nelly J. She's a Broncos fan, so I always got love for her. Now I know that you're a Broncos fan. I'm definitely.
Let's go Broncos.
Let's go Broncos. Nelly, it's all good.
Yeah, that's amazing. Nelly, have you been to Colorado?
Yeah, I've been there for work, but not like for pleasure. So
yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So Nelly J, you want to go to For the Culture?
For the culture. We like to highlight individuals for the culture. And today we get to highlight musician, podcaster, journey, videos, YouTuber, whatever you want, this man does. Ariel. Okay. So Ariel, you have Ariel Entertainment. Okay. Yes. And so I guess you are probably the founder of this group. So walk us through why you started your entertainment company. What was your goal? What you got going on this year, brother? Let's go.
Yeah. All right. So my name is Ariel. I am in Denver, Colorado. I'm a musician, podcaster. I am podcaster, host of Ariel's Entertainment Podcast. They call me Rico Suave. They call me Latino Heat. They tell me I am the most electrifying podcaster in the world. That's what they tell me. So so I just bring the excitement, and my podcast is just about, if you have a passion, a purpose, or a product, you want to just talk about it to the world. I have a huge platform. People come on and just talk about it. And then as well, I have music as well. I do shows in the summer, outside shows, inside shows. In the wintertime, I kind of play low key on some music, but that's what I do as well. I do photography, so I'm doing weddings. I'm just doing weddings, quinceañeras, stuff like that. And then, so it's called Ariel's Entertainment, but under Ariel's Entertainment, we have music, we have a podcast, and we have the photography. So we're going hard in the paint.
I love that. What made you want to start your own podcasting and be a creator, right? Because I think this space is so unique, and I think everyone just has a very unique spin because no podcast is alike. So walk us through that.
Yeah, I'd love to. Thank you. That's an amazing question. So Nelly, so what? I was a musician. I started music in 4 years ago, so like 2018. I did a demo. Started playing music around the city of Denver. As many shows as I could, get my name out. But then like I was building a following here in the city, but I wasn't building a following on social media, right? So I'm like, man, how can I grow? I wasn't getting no followers a week. How can I grow? And then I was like, you know what? I started looking at other artists, other people, how they're expanding in other things. So for instance, like an artist will be a musician, but then he'll have a book as well, and then he'll have a type of product he's selling. So like maybe like something like a candle product he's selling as well. He's just this, like, you know, they're doing different things, right? So I was listening to a podcast called Tinfoil Hat Podcast, and the host there, he's a comedian, and I kind of related to him a lot because I like conspiracy theories, so that's how I found this podcast. So, but I didn't know anything about. Nice. I didn't know anything about him, but like as I started listening to the podcast and I enjoyed it, he was like, I'm a comedian, so I'll be going out doing comedian shows and I'll be talking about my conspiracy theories as too. So I was like, man, that's cool. He's a comedian, but then he's doing a podcast, and his podcast blew up. And since his podcast is blowing up, people are knowing him more now as a comedian. So now, fast forward 3 years now he's touring as a comedian and he's doing the podcast. But now he has dates now. He's done 4 on before. That's he so wasn't. Cool. Yeah. So his podcast blew up, and that made people go look at his comedian stuff and want to go see him live. And so I was like, man. And then I started watching Joe Rogan, and I thought that was cool how he was doing the video and the audio. That inspired me. I was like, man, that'd be cool to do sometime. And then February 2020, I just did it. The first week of February, I think it was February 4th, I just did it. And the first 30, 40 episodes, they were just by myself because I couldn't get really anybody on the show. And then I met this amazing application called Clubhouse. And that's that's where I met you. Yep.
Yeah.
And then from there, oh my gosh. So from being a musician and then jumping into like, how can I get known? Right. Because I was trying to get known here in Denver. So I was being a musician here in Denver, and I would be headlining my own shows, and I would try to get artists to open up for me, and nobody wanted to open up for me. And I would be doing like an hour and a half show to myself, yo. And so I was like, whatever, I can do that. And so I was like, man, that like I couldn't figure out the music because I was getting headlining shows by myself, but I couldn't get people to open up for me, which is weird, but it is what it is. And then it just taught me a lot of things. And then I was like, man, I thought that was the whole point, was to collab. But here in Denver. So you got to realize when you come to Denver, a lot of people here are not like that here. People are like, have their own cliques. Or they're
that's everywhere, Ariel. That's
a lot of places, though.
We can all relate, yeah.
Trust me, we can relate to that too.
Hey, snap. So, and I would just go in there and I would try to talk to everybody. What's up? You ready for the show? Let's dip, let's turn up, whatever, right? You want to go, yeah. So I tried to mingle and collab with everybody, but everybody just, whatever, right? So I couldn't figure it out. I was like, whatever. And then I did the podcast, and then I couldn't get people on the show, right? But I didn't give up. I kept going. And then I met Clubhouse, and then I just started getting in these engagement rooms. And then I was like, hi, my name's Ariel. I'm a podcaster. I'm trying to get guests on my show. Yo, I had people from like India, from Sri Lanka, from Australia, from Germany, from Paris, from Rome, from London, from New York, from Toronto, from California. Like everybody was just like, yo, I'll be on your show. I went from like 1K followers to almost 8K followers in a year. And that's from Clubhouse, and that's from collaborating, and that's from podcasting. And then from that, that's been blowing up my music. So
So look at that.
Amazing. God's amazing. Praise God. Glory to God. That's who I give it to.
I love that story. See, like hard work, dedication, not giving up. And Clubhouse a year ago was a brand new app. So you took a chance saying, I don't know what this is about, but let me go on here, make some friends. And look, you found people like-minded like you who wanted to collaborate and also support, right? People are out there. And I think the internet has its flaws, but the good thing about the internet is that it brings people together with the same type of energy and vibe. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to you, Ariel.
Thank you.
Any questions for Ariel, my dear?
So let's go real quick. You mentioned you went from 1,000 to 8,000. What platform was that?
Instagram.
IG. Got you. Okay, cool. And you also mentioned your music. Can you kind of get into, okay, so what genre of music are we speaking here?
Absolutely. So I have my own music, which is pop, kind of pop punk, but then I do tons of covers, which everybody requests. So I do covers from Kanye to Drake to Backstreet Boys to Bruno Mars, so I'll play covers too. So yeah, that's what I like to do.
Nice. And from the music, so pop punk, is there a scene or like in Colorado where you're at?
So that's a whole pause. He was like, let me think about this.
That's a good question. I'd say the scene is everywhere here. I'd say, to be honest, I would play 2 to 3 shows a night. So I would go to a biker bar and play at a biker bar, people full of tattoos. Dude, I will play like Backstreet Boys in that place, bro. And like, I wouldn't care, man. I wouldn't even care. I'll play like the pop punk songs in there. People like, I don't, but you know what? I would get more respect at biker bars than I would at like hipster places. It is the most craziest thing. The place where you think you won't be accepted, you're gonna get way more accepted. That's what I feel about the music scene too. And
nice.
But I would start like at a biker bar, let's say like at 6 o'clock, and then I would go to like a country bar and go play. And then at the end of the night, I'll play like at a rock star concert place where like where I was inspired by the rock star musicians would come in because they would play with like instruments, lives, and I just play acoustic guitar and I sing, right? But these guys,
that's dope.
Yeah.
He said, I just play acoustic guitar, bro. That's lit. Like you're acting like that's like an easy. It's not like an amazing thing that you can play acoustic guitar. That's hard to play. Like I just play acoustic guitar. That's not a big deal.
I appreciate you, but yeah, I get just so excited talking about this. And so, like at the end of the night, I would do like 3 shows, 2 shows a night, and like I would play at like hip hop places too. I would just go to hip hop places, play my acoustic guitar. I don't care. I would just play anywhere. So yeah, the scene here in Colorado, Denver, is long story is everything, I say.
Nice. And are you doing original? Like I know you mentioned Black, so you do covers. Do you have original music that you do also? And if you do have original music, because it looks like you do, how often do you find, because it seems like you have such a busy day, where do you find, or how often do you get a chance to write and kind of brainstorm on your own music?
Yeah, that's a great question. So like first thing when I wake up in the morning, I'll try to play some like 10, 15 minutes of guitar when I first wake up in the morning. Or, I work from home from like my day job. I work from home. And so there's like, I'll be at my chair and there'll be some time during the day and I'll practice when I'm on the clock at my other job. You know how I do?
Of course. We've all been there. Trust me.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. So yeah, that's when I get my time, I practice in, or my lunch break, I'll play my guitar. I'll have it in my car but yeah, like I said, in the wintertime, the wintertime, when it starts getting cold, yeah, I wouldn't say depressed, but I get just like,
low energy because no vitamin D. The sun's not out as much.
I'm like, there goes all my like the music. There goes my music. Like,
I
went hard in the paint during the summer playing music, and then the fall comes. I'm like, no shows outside, and that shit is like
nice. One last thing. So COVID has obviously affected every industry, especially concerts and entertainment. now I guess in Colorado, things are kind of opening up for you pretty much. Whereas, how was it for you during the COVID period where you couldn't, go out and perform?
Yeah.
Did you, I guess, take that time to maybe work on your craft, or what did you do during that time before things opened up and you can perform live?
Yo, that's a great question. Appreciate that question so much. And I want to
Mhm.
give a huge shout out to Good Rookies podcast.
Okay.
Having me on
Let's
your
go.
podcast.
Let's
This
go.
means a lot. You have no idea. You guys have great questions, and my energy right now. I'm sweating because this makes me so happy. This makes me so happy. The question was
Just wondering, during the
During COVID, like the
COVID.
pandemic,
yeah,
like how
yeah.
did it affect your music creation or your business? Yeah.
Great. So the end of I remember this back in my head. Okay, so January 2020, the last week I went to Florida, Orlando, and there was like the first case of COVID in China or something like that. And I'm like, whatever. I just remember seeing it in the hotel, right? Whatever. And the reason I bring that up is because that was my last show, and as a live performance in the traveling in Florida. So that was my last show, and then February came, and I said February 4th. That's when I started the podcast. Fast forward a month later or 3 weeks later, COVID happened. So I just started working on the podcast. But then, like you said, like the music thing, dude, man, like I said, I was playing 2-3 shows a night. So when that happened, how everybody was like, when that happened, I remember the way the feeling was like kind of upsetting, because you're like, because remember that feeling where you're like that, where they closed everything down. You're like,
you're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. And I play music almost every night. So it's like, okay, so I'll practice at home. Okay, whatever. And then it turned into doing YouTube live videos. That burned me out. I'm not gonna lie. That burned me out.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that? Would you say?
I don't know. It's not okay. I know why. It's not the same, because I'm used to playing in front of live people, and
So like you feed off their energy, right? Like when you're performing in front of people, the energy they give you kind of feeds you as a musician. I totally get that. Big
time. But I did I try to do as many as I can, but I just stopped doing them. And you know why I stopped doing them as well? Because I figured this out. During COVID, I ran into Clubhouse.
Right.
True. And Clubhouse was great for podcasting
and growing.
Yep. And networking.
Yeah.
And collaborating. Right. Where I went to, okay, I'm going to tell you a secret. Here we go. I realized on Clubhouse, I would go, I can go to Denver. I live 20 minutes from Denver, right? I can go to Denver right now, right? And go play a show, which is cool, which is dope. But then I realized when I go play shows, not only, it's cool. I keep doing it. But my focus right now is to grow, right? And get local support, like local, just local supporters, just local, just people just supporting me. So that's my goal. And if I go, like, this is just me. This is me, what I've experienced. When I go and perform, it's weird. Like I said, people got their clicks here. So I'll get people say, hey, good job, great. And then I'll get like a couple Instagrams, and maybe I'll sell a couple merch. Where I can get on Clubhouse, and I can get in a room where there's like 500 people, 400 people, 300 people, 200 people, 100 people, 50 people, and I'll just spend 30 minutes, and I'll go every profile in Clubhouse, go to their Instagram, show some love to their profile, drop a few comments, and if I like it a lot, I'll share it to my story. At the end of the day, if I do that just like 20 minutes, if I do that 20 minutes before I go to bed, I'll wake up the next morning and I'll have like 7 new followers.
Yeah.
And then I'll have 60 likes.
That's the secret of social media. People don't understand how to grow.
30 new comments. Okay, and that was just 20 minutes me before going to bed.
Right.
Look at that.
So the engagement is way better.
I can't even explain it, guys. I blew up on Clubhouse. I started getting collaborations on my thing. And so what I realized is that like I said, I can go play, but I learned that what I'm focused on is building. And I can drop a comment, hey, check out, like I'll show love, and I'll be like, you got a dope page. I appreciate if you check out my content. Links in the bio.
That's how I found you. You commented on Good Rick, because I'm like, this guy sounds so cool, and like I'm on your page, we follow each other, and we just talked in between stories. Yeah, like shit, it works. It does work.
And then, like I said, you do that. People drop comments, and those people that drop comments, you hit them up and you be like, hey, thank you for seeing my podcast, merch, link in bio. Next thing you know, that person will go in your bio and buy your merch. Like if I go to if I go play a show, go 20 minutes and just do my set, which is cool, but I'll only engage with like 2 people that like in those. Like I played a lot of shows, and a lot of people would really like, whatever.
Yeah.
I go on Clubhouse, people are like, yeah, what's up? Ready, let's do it. Like, but that's what I learned. So I'm trying to work smarter or whatever.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Smarter, not harder.
Yep. That's the same, bro.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. That's my story. That's why, so that's my story.
Love it. Well, guys, Ariel, we're gonna have his website, his merch, all the information. If you're looking to collaborate to grow, make sure you contact our brother from Colorado, Dad. Okay. All right, Fahim. And that's why for the culture, Ariel.
Definitely.
Let's go.
All right. Actually, can I just throw this really quick? I just want to know, in regards to your merch, do you design and make your own merch? Just simply yes or no?
Yes.
You do. Wow. So you're truly a creative. Love to hear that.
Like of everything. Creative of everything.
Love to hear that. And we're definitely going to have your links. You have your links in the bio for sure. We got to go and support you, man. You got that right energy, and your heart's in the right place. So I love to see that. All right. So let's go and to our last segment. That's absurd.
That's absurd for him, bro. What was absurd this week? What was absurd?
Wow. So this week in That's Absurd, we have Skip Bayless. Bring it on here, my friend.
Skip, so you are up now, Skip.
You're up. It's your turn. Skip Bayless, as we know, a popular Fox sports analyst. He has a thing for LeBron James. Takes any opportunity to take a shot at the king, LeBron James. So he tweeted when Johnny Manziel was in his rookie year and got drafted by the Cleveland Browns. He tweeted that he thought that Johnny Manziel would be a bigger name in Cleveland than LeBron James. Absurd.
Sorry for him.
Or should we just put that in that didn't age well file?
It didn't age well, but it's also absurd.
Okay, still absurd. Okay.
It's just insanity, right? I get it. Johnny played in Texas. I get it. I get it. But LeBron, guys, I don't know about you, right? But I heard about LeBron when he was in like grade 10. In grade 10. I heard about LeBron before he even got his last growth spurt. You know what I'm saying? I heard about this phenom in Cleveland doing it up. Johnny Manziel wasn't like that. Ariel, what's your thoughts on this absurd, I guess, foreshadow or Cleo type energy from Skip?
Oh my gosh, you can't get more absurd with that. But shout out to my boy Skip. I watch Undisputed. I almost watch Undisputed daily, so I love that show. I love that show. They say some dumb stuff, I tell you.
He loves you because you make him laugh. That's not is that love or that more entertained. He entertains you.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead though. But what's your thoughts on the Johnny Manziel LeBron comparison? What a poor comp.
Are you serious? Every time I think of Johnny Manziel, I think of Baker Mayfield.
Well, yeah, a poor man's Baker Mayfield for sure.
Yeah, poor man, because Baker Mayfield actually had a better stint in the NFL than Johnny Manziel.
Yeah.
I think Johnny Manziel's highest QB rating was like 75. Like that is not like LeBron is considered top 5 in all greatest of all time lists. Johnny Manziel is not a top 5 in any list for anybody. So just a terrible comp.
I think he's playing that football league, I think, isn't he?
Which one is he playing? Anything?
Which one? I know he was playing in the CFL at one point. I don't know.
Not anymore.
He's playing with TO now.
Oh, okay. Is he in an arena football? Is that it? Oh, okay.
They just did like a touchdown together
That's
like a month
right.
ago.
Really?
Okay.
They showed it on
the
Undisputed. They showed it on Undisputed. And Skip was like, "This is way below TO. This is way below TO."
But I'm surprised you didn't say that. That's not below LeBron James. He'll say anything about LeBron James. And
I know.
I'm surprised he didn't take that as an opportunity to throw a shot at LeBron. But yeah, it's interesting. So he's still playing. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's right. For the it's called the FCF Zappers.
Oh, it's like it's like the gambling or something. It's like where people can gamble.
Okay. I do see. Is that the fan controlled football?
Yeah, fan control football. Yes, for him. The FCF.
Yep.
Okay.
Got it.
Fan control football.
Wow, that's okay, and that's even interesting in itself.
Yeah, apparently they're killing it, dude. I don't
know.
Apparently they're killing it.
So it's just for people who don't know, because even myself, I'm gonna get caught up right here. So it's called the Fan Control Football League. It's an indoor American football league. Like you guys were right. He plays for a team called the Zappers.
And what a name, right?
It's a team. So there's a guy. He does sports radio. His name is Bob Menery. I'm familiar with him. He has a super deep voice, sounding like a real radio guy. Anyway, he's a team owner of the Zappers. He's pretty popular. So that's actually interesting that he's actually playing for there. And he had a former Browns teammate. You might remember him, Josh Gordon. Yeah, and they played together actually in this. That's crazy.
Yeah, they have 8 teams. I guess honorable mentions and owners. Marshawn Lynch owns one of the teams. Marshawn Lynch, he owns they call the Beast.
Are they? Right? Are they in Seattle? I assuming maybe.
I'm not sure where they are. Let me look it up. But he owns one of the teams, and then so where are these guys located? I'm not sure where the team's located, but yeah, he owns one of the teams, and then Richard Sherman owns a team as well. He joined in 2020, and so does Trevor. So Dalvin Cook. So they have some ex-NFL players who own some teams, So I think Rachel Lindsay, if you know Rachel Lindsay from the Bachelorette franchise, huge fan of hers. She owns a team as well. So yeah, they have some honorable owners. So it's only been 2 years. It started in 2020, COVID, right? Makes sense. So yeah, let's see how long they last. But it's been 2 year stint, and they have 8 teams right now. So
that's dope. Learn something new. So this went from that's absurd to still absurd, but very educational.
But Skip Bayless, sir, that was absurd.
Definitely was.
Because, I'm thinking about a quarterback who has so much pressure to perform when he first came in, and the only person that I feel like got a lot of energy, not LeBron-esque at all, but got a lot of pressure was Trevor Lawrence. I felt like what he did for in college and in NFL, a lot of people were on the Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be great in the NFL. And so but even that, NFL is a different beast than basketball. So I was comparing the two because the fans are different. To excel is different. And be a Hall of Famer in NFL is so hard. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many positions on the field and only 7 or 8 get conducted. Inducted. So it's a different beat. That's why I hate comparing NBA fandom and player comp with NFL. Skip Bayless, that's absurd, bro. Don't do that shit.
Definitely. Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do it.
All right. On that note, Nelly J, let's put this episode in the books.
That was episode 92.
92.
So Ariel, we like to give our special guests like yourself a chance to do a shout out. So the floor is yours.
Oh my gosh. Okay. First of all, I want to give a shout out to God. God, thank you so much for every day, me waking up every morning, for every opportunity and miracle you give me to start all over again, God. So thank you so much for my family. Thank you, God, for my perfect health. Thank you, God, for my shelter. Thank you, God, for giving me food. And so God, thank you so much. I just owe it to God. Glory to God. Praise God. And then I want to say thank you to the Good Rookies podcast in the building. So thank you so much. I am forever grateful for this. I can't wait to get you both on my podcast. So that's going to be lit.
All right.
Let us
All right.
know, man. Let us know.
I'll send you a date, and then just shout out to all the listeners, and shout out, just thank you to everyone listening right now. My cat, my girl, and my girl's making some pizza right now, so I'm about to dip here. About to dip the studio, go eat some pizza and some French fries, and we're gonna watch the Avs hockey game.
Nice.
Shout out to the Avalanche, guys, and. Jeez, how's the Maple Leafs doing? I knew they were in the playoffs.
They lost in game 7.
They're out.
That's not ending on a poor note. But my shout out before you go, my shout out is to you, Ariel. Thank you for being on the podcast. Truly appreciate you doing your thing. You brought lots of energy, lots of. I feel like my creative juices are flowing because of you. And my second shout out is to Jordy and Ashley Lawrence. I don't want to say last name, but Jordy and Ashley Lawrence. Her last name is Jordan Hutima. Jordan Hutima and Ashley Lawrence. These are 2 Canadian players. For the French Cup, they won the French Cup champions. So we have 2 ladies killing it in Europe. And I just think it's really great that, not only did Team Canada win in Olympics, these girls are winning the cup in Europe, in the French Cup. So big up to them. I also want to shout out 4 guys that are entered the Columbine for the NBA, 4 Canadians that I think will be drafted. So we got Shaden Sharp, Benedict Mathurin, Andrew Nemhard, and Leonard Miller. So big up to you guys. Good luck on your NBA Combine. It's occurring right now, and I hope y'all kill it. Go ahead, Fahim.
Nice. So first of all, Ariel, I'm impressed. You brought the heat today. Appreciate the energy and that you've given us. I must say you made history. This is the first time that someone's said a prayer to close out our podcast, and that was super dope. When you have when you live a life and you see that you give praise. It's great humility, and I love to see that. I also want to shout out Denver, Colorado. We just mentioned the fan-controlled league. I know you already have an NFL league. We started off actually earlier saying about how Denver, Colorado seems like representation in all facets. So you never know, maybe a fan-controlled league might be coming to an indoor arena near you. You never know. Shout out to Denver. And also, I just want to say, like I said, with the NFL, I'm a free agent. I don't really have a team. I like players. I'm kind of same with hockey. The Leafs are out, as we just mentioned, and I don't really have a squad. Now, when I see Denver, Colorado come across my screen for any highlights at night, my first vibe is going to be, I hope they won. Just for you, Ariel, I'll give you that positive vibes.
Yeah, man.
I love that for you. That's dope.
And this means a lot to me. You guys have no idea. This means a lot to me, and thank you so much.
No problem. All right, so let's put this episode in the books.
That was episode 91. So y'all, if you had a good time, if you enjoyed yourself, please like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend for him.
We are on all platforms if you're looking for us. That's Good Rookies Podcast, episode 93.
92.
92.
We're not there yet. 92.
See, I said 93. Like I was confused myself.
In the future, brother.
That's Good Rookies Podcast, episode 92.
92.
Ariel, appreciate you coming out, man.
Appreciate you guys. Much
and
love.
We out.
God bless.
God bless.